Good morning and welcome to Skopje. It's our first full day here and it's actually almost noon, so we're pretty much have the city to ourselves because it's scorching hot today as well. I think it must be at least 40 degrees, something like that. So there's not a lot of people out, which is good because today we are gonna explore the city.
We didn't know much about the city when we came, but we have done some research, so let's just take a walk through the city and we talk you through it. Skopje is a very ancient city. It's been civilized since thousands of years, actually. But the whole center is new. They started a project called Skopje 2014. Skopje 2014 is a project where the government wanted to rebuild the whole city center. They wanted the city to look ancient again. The economy dropped and tourism failed, but they wanted to attract more tourists. So what to do? Let's build some statues. And there is a lot of statues. We are now walking down the stone bridge. It's an ancient bridge. It was Justine, one of many rulers in Macedonia, who built it.
And it's the most famous landmark in the city.
Yes, it's a symbol of the city. You can see the facades rebuilt in an ancient style. It is an attraction for tourism, but the local people are not so happy about it. Alexander the Great was from Macedonia, but is it the Greek Macedonia or is it the North Macedonia? We don't know. Both countries claim that they are a homeland of Alexander the Great. So North Macedonia can actually call this statue Alexander the Great. It's called the Great Warrior.
This thing back here is massive. It has to be one of the larger statues in the city. I don't think you can appreciate just how big it is, but it's huge. We've been out for almost a full hour and we're already soaking wet. It's so hot outside. We bought some snacks and we were planning to have a picnic in the park. The image I got into my head was, you know, a nice spot in the shade, under a tree maybe, and then we can have something to nibble on while waiting out the worst of the midday sun or the midday heat. But we couldn't find a park and it's too hot to walk around, so we just took the nearest bench that's in the shade. So here we are. So this is where we're gonna have our picnic / lunch.
Water, coffee, some kind of bread, pretzel, and a whole bag of grapes.
There's no wind at all. As you can see, the flag is not moving an inch. One thing you notice when you walk around the city is that a lot of the architecture is what I think is called brutalism. Just like this fountain or this water thing back here. It's really, really cool, and I get the feeling that they are trying to tear those buildings down and make way for modern things, which is actually kind of sad. We're on our way to the river that crosses through Skopje, and just before reaching the river from this side of town we are passing by the Todor Proeski stadium. At least I think that's what it's called. All we have to do to get back to the city center is follow this river And I think the city center is about there, so it should be a 20-minute walk, something like that. This is my favorite part of the day so far, just walking in the shade at a slow pace and doing nothing. Another thing that's kind of unique for this city, at least for us it is that there are several churches spread out all over the city, but none of them have this traditional church look to them. They're all really pretty and really architectural, different from what we're used to in the northern part of Europe anyway. This chandelier, I think it's bigger than our entire living room.
It is raining and there's a lot of thunder. Ever heard about raining cats and dogs? There's a whole zoo out here.
We were just about to leave. This is the worst thunderstorm I've been in years. And the rain is absolutely pouring down. It's hammering down on the streets.
And at the same time, I really like to just walk out into it because I'm so warm. It would be like a shower, wouldn't it?
It would be more like a bath.
Yeah. Back to the Airbnb to just freshen up a little bit, regroup, and we will grab some dinner later tonight, I think. I think that was the president coming through, or maybe not.
Not sure about the president, but something was definitely going on because they stopped the traffic lights, so just blinking yellow, and then two policemen came out in the middle of the street and just started to direct the traffic, and then these two police cars came driving by in a...
Three police cars. It was
Three police cars.
Important. Somebody important just came through.
Okay, so maybe the president. But... So after that exciting beginning of this walk, we are heading to a restaurant because we need to get a late dinner, and we googled vegetarian food in Skopje, and apparently there is a couple of places that serve really good vegetarian food, but it's 7:30 in the evening and most of those places are closed according to Google. So we had to come up with an alternative.
We found a Mexican place called La Puerta.
Somehow we ended up inside a mall, and according to Google Maps the restaurant should be here, but it's impossible to find. So I don't know if we should abandon the idea of getting Mexican food.
But if we just stop right here, there is an Italian restaurant over here. The Italian restaurant didn't look that cozy, so we ended up at a very cozy place. It's called Casa Cubana. There's salsa music playing, you can drink mojitos, and we just ordered pasta. Oh gosh, that's really good. There's some like zucchini, some pepper. The tomato sauce is, it's really, you know when tomatoes taste like tomatoes and not just refrigerators? This is it. Tomatoes taste like tomatoes in Macedonia. turns out that pasta at the Casa Cubana was the best pasta.
At least the best pasta we've had here in North Macedonia. But that's it for today. We are going back to our Airbnb and start the planning for tomorrow. So see you then.